that the odds are tonight, here in America and worldwide, that someone is receiving a life-changing diagnosis of cancer. We know that there's a woman that's being within an inch of her life from a man with unspeakable rage who also needs help. A child is begging for milk from his mother who's so starved and so depleted that she hasn't. And a boy in this very area is cutting himself, and sick of being joked upon and sick of being the butt of jokes from social media. But what if I told you that the same programs that help these individuals help others worldwide for things like clean food and water to Africa or giving blankets to children with cancer? In other words, positive social change. Now, what do I mean in the sense of positive social change? Positive social change refers to the involvement in activities that improve the lives of individuals. Now, how many of you noticed the person sitting behind you when you walked in? Don't look now. But did you say hi? Do you know what they even looked like? Like most of us, you probably sat down and got ready to see these lovely speakers. But at the end of today, you will be on your way. See, last year I was challenged out of my comfort zone, and here at Lehigh University in my small little corner of the college athletic world. And I wanted my team, student athletes leading social change, to have a greater impact not only on our campus, but in our world. So we had no idea where to begin, and we also didn't know what that looked like. So we took a survey of the top athletes at Lehigh University, ranging from different sports, ages, diversity groups, as well as personalities, and we asked them one question. If you could change something on campus, what would it be? The overwhelming response came down to one word: connection. What our athletes wanted and still want is to feel a greater sense of connection, not only to their teams, but to those around them on student body campus. Not only that, but they wanted the social action and activities that they take part in to matter, not only for themselves, but in the lives of others. So what is connection, though? Connection is the ability to establish relationship. And my team began to wrestle with these questions. Question one, can connection to others change a campus climate and ultimately create social change no matter where we land in the world? And question two, can someone who doesn't feel connected to student life be reached and motivated to get engaged in social change? Worldwide, the answer is yes. The annual social impact report conducted by Harris Interactive for Walden University said that 83% of Americans, well actually that college campuses are fostering opportunities for social change. Not only fostering, they are the birthplace of social change movements. And like I was reading the stat, 83% of American adults who have a graduate degree or college degree are more likely to say that positive social change is important to them compared to 70% of those with a high school degree or less. Can you imagine a world in which our college students felt more connected and felt that they could actually make a change in this world and were nurtured to create that positive social change? What our athletes wanted was not unlike what people around the world wanted when it came to social change. And for you skeptics, social change is not a fad. 85% of people said that it is important or is personally important to them to be involved in positive social change, as well as 83% said that they had engaged in positive social change in the past 6 months. And leaning on that, individuals are a driving force for social change, which means that the adage that you've probably heard, one person makes a difference, is supported by this worldwide study. You absolutely make a difference to this world, more than corporations or organizations. And the final part of this is that social change is global and interconnected. We are a digitally technological world that is now changing the world, and with young adults leading the way. So, for those of you that have either taken part or seen the recent ALS fundraiser and fundraising challenge, you have icons like that of LeBron James who are inspiring others to get involved in the positive social change. But not only that, you have friends, family who are actually connecting each other across an entire nation, allowing people to create positive social change. And the amazing part about this is that the ALS fundraising went from $1.9 million in fundraising before this challenge to $115 million fundraised for ALS research and is still growing. That is positive social change if I've ever seen it. So, why does this matter? Why is connection the key to positive social change? I mean, why don't we just put up a poster or make a Facebook event? And, as author Simon Sinek says, the reason why digital media, if they hold a convention, the reason why they don't do it online is because they have to meet in a city face-to-face in order to connect. Because there's something about a human bond. There's something about a connection, a handshake, a looking in the eye, a business deal. I mean, I know you feel it, this connection. In the same way, there's the idea that we join clubs, we join, fraternities, we join athletic teams, but that doesn't necessarily lead to positive social change. So what are we missing? Well, it starts with hello. For those of you that have ever remembered your best friends, let alone from meeting in college or that first fraternity meeting, that first athletic meeting, there was a smile and a hello. There was a personality to it. There was a human bond in that. And coaches on athletic teams, they use the word family in order to actually define this. And that conjures up a lot of different emotions. But our SALSC team looked to create a family motto that would change and shift our athletes from feeling disconnected to connected. The motto is, believe in the future, aspire to change, and no one stands alone. Believe in the future. We are here today to talk about the future of our society. We definitely work hard, we study hard, and we play hard. But some of us work and sacrifice much more than others. Why? We have a vision for our future. And not just that, we have a belief that we can drive towards our ambitions and create that actual future. Let alone, when we were creating our team, we wanted leaders that would have passion in every aspect of their lives, that they would be able to reach outside their bonds. They would come outside of themselves to be able to connect with someone like the person at the bookstore that's ringing up your items at the order, or, for instance, the person that's making your omelet every day at the cafeteria. Just purely knowing their name, making a difference in one individual's lives. But let alone, when we were talking about our futures, we said we would be able to do so without judgment. What this looks like is what UC Berkeley professor George Lakoff emphasizes. This does not come from shaking a finger. This comes from respect, trust, and caring. And then you can connect, because otherwise we won't be able to have the chance. Aspiring to change. You see, I believe in being a lifelong learner, but not only a lifelong learner, a lifelong mover, someone of action. Let alone, I know that college students believe so as well. Because if we can believe in our future, we can see a vision for it. Now, we may never receive the credit. For those of you in organizations that are currently pressing for your future and your vision, you might not ever see the very things that you are progressing towards. However, it is the fact that you are leaving a legacy behind. That is the important part to being able to aspire towards something, aspiring towards our future with hope. And finally, loneliness is rampant worldwide. Our SALSC team believed that no one and everyone should have support. What that looks like is that no one stands alone. And isn't this the very essence of social change? Because, let me ask you, college campuses, they are the stepping stone into the real world that we kind of talk about. However, athletes, of all things, how do they feel disconnected? They're the people with thousands of followers on Twitter or on any social media worldwide. They look like they have friends always around them. They seem to embody connection. But I guarantee if you had X-ray vision for just one day on college campuses across the nation, the hurt, the pain, and the loneliness that you would see in just the students worldwide would be rampant. You see, we just lost a beloved comedian because we didn't necessarily know his suffering. And in a 2013 Pennsylvania Youth Survey, 27% assessed that, and I quote, "Sometimes I believe that life is not worth it." That is 1 out of every 4 high school students saying that life may not be worth it. Our team could not imagine that on a college campus. let alone in our own friends' lives. And so what we decided to understand and what to put in place was that no one would stand alone. In their brightest and in their darkest hours, we would be there. So, did our plan work? Yes. You see, we currently have student athletes that are volunteering at soup kitchens across the world. We have, in conjunction with Student Athlete Council, they are now reading to students, or local community students for Reading Rocks. They're adopting families in the sense of giving presents when it comes to Christmas time or Thanksgiving. And they're working towards community outreach, not only on our campus, but worldwide, changing what we look at for social change. Now, I am one baseball player among 750 athletes. If each one were to reach one other person, let alone any student were to reach one other person to reach out, connect, and have them engage in positive social change, that would be 1/4 of our campus being engaged in positive social change. And not only that, you would have post-college young adults making an impact on this world. I highly suggest for any of you to discover what kind of social change maker you are from Walden University. It is very insightful. But I will leave you with this. Great moments come from great opportunity. So now, let's go back to that person that's sitting behind you. If you knew now that turning around, reaching out of your comfort zone, talking, and connecting with that person could change the world, would you do it? Thank you.